yeah.
Ugh.
Right? That's how we're starting year 8.
Oh no, that's how we're starting it.
No.
Oh, you dumbass.
Oh man.
Look at those numbers.
Oh man, it's not even. Let me try again. Oh. There we go. We got a soundboard. You're unimpressed. Time passed, much like 7 years, Tom. Previous 7 years of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network. Aww. Hey. This is... Okay. This is... I know everybody's been very sad. They've been missing content like this for a good part of 2024, but...
Yeah.
We hate to break it to you, nation, but
we're back!
We're back, baby! And...
Jordan. Kobe.
Boo! I need a good, whatever. Anyway... It is a late night recording.
It's after hours.
RudeBoyz After Hours.
It's gonna get steamy up
I hope
here.
it's gonna get steamy because you boys are big boys, and it's August. It's September now, actually.
Thank fucking
I know.
God.
Yeah, we've missed our official anniversary, but I mean, listen, it's our podcast. We can fucking decide when we want to make it our anniversary or not. Are you okay?
The bugs have almost gone back to hell where they belong.
God. There were bugs down here. I thought that's why you jumped up.
No.
Okay.
I was just getting comfortable. I'm trying to keep it loosey goosey.
Yeah, so Tom's referring to, we're going to try something for year 8, or at least the start of year 8. I think creatively, at least for me, I can only speak for myself, creatively, the past 2 roles we did, the RudeBoyz at Work, the last 2 episodes we did, I like that. I don't like that
name.
You like it raw, though, Tom.
I don't like the RudeBoyz at Work.
RudeBoyz at Work raw. Oh, because why? You didn't invent that acronym?
I'm like Vince McMahon.
Jackass. No, I have to call it myself.
Anyway.
Ganon from Zelda 2.
Oh.
I'm done with this.
No, you're not.
I mean, I realized how limited this soundboard is. It's not. It doesn't really give me a lot of options.
I thought you added stuff on there.
I did, but I need to like have more options for like, what if this happens? What if that happens? You know?
Or you fuck it spitball guy. Something seems funny, just hit the goddamn button.
You know what?
It don't matter.
Exactly.
None of this matters.
Exactly.
There you go. So we're gonna try a little loosey goosey, as Tom was referring to. You know, just have a nice conversation. You know, obviously we got something on deck for our special anniversary episode, and
spilled.
a little bit of by me.
Dumbass.
We got.
Dumbass. Dumbass.
So we got. You know, and we're gonna be, you know, the segments of Blitzkrieg News and what you've been up to and like a topic at hand. We're just not null, but just the lines are being blurred, brother. All right, you know, we're in year 8. We're gonna try a little something different. Okay, this is good for me, editorial wise. You know, it's just easier to not necessarily edit or not necessarily, you know, have to make notes because, you know, that was a little bit of the added to the burnout. So trying to avoid the burnout, trying to start year 8. It's all about me, motherfucker, alright? It is all about me, right? That's you. Anyway.
What am I, staying home from school? Fucking watching goddamn The Price is Right? Bob Barker?
The price is wrong, bitch.
Set me up for the soundboard. So yeah, everything's gonna get blurred around again. I'm sure we've tuned out a lot of people. But just in case I get too drunk to go through the outro properly, if you stuck around, we're the RudeBoyz. I'm Sherm.
I'm Tom.
And we would absolutely love if you could rate us, subscribe to us on our Podbean. You know, rudeboyz.podbean.com. And you can just say "Flip the beat." You don't have to go crazy.
I could say something. Thanks for giving me my cues.
We're also on Apple Podcasts and everywhere you can find a podcast of sorts. Probably a more superior podcast than this product we're giving to you right now. Just go listen to the previous 7 years. You'll find something you'll like, I'm sure. This is not
Probably
really
not.
a great start.
I barely find something I like in the past 7 years.
Yeah, and plus, because our friendship's been longer. And our social media pages, we've got an Instagram, instagram.com/@RudeBoyz469. Actually, no, I'm all screwed up. I hate to say it, Tom, because I've fucked up myself by putting the outro towards the intro. We have a link tree. We also have a Discord that we just started right now. So go to linktr.ee/RudeBoyz. And you got all the links to all our social media platforms, all our podcasting platforms. And you can join our Discord. We're trying that out now for this year, for year 8. Giving it a shot, trying, man. All right? All right, 10 o'clock p.m. in the Eastern Standard Time.
Do you know where your children
September
are?
1st. You know where they shouldn't be, listening to this podcast. Because this is RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. And we've got some drinks on hand.
They're in my bowl.
And we, if you're new to us, we have a little segment called Who's in Your Mouth? So, Tommy, who's in our mouth?
Well, since it is year 8, it's our anniversary special show.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start off with a RudeBoyz special.
Yes.
What that is,
What is that?
for any newcomers and for Chris.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know what that is.
This is, well, you just asked what it is.
Oh, well, I'm just playing along with the bit. So, yes.
That is a shot of Jameson
Mm-hmm.
and a Miller High Life.
Yes. Established in 1903.
Yes. So
Specifically.
what you do is you pick up the shot of Jameson, you clink, you drink, you take the High Life, you clink, you drink.
And then you enjoy it. And then you enjoy the next episode, this upcoming episode of the RudeBoyz Power Hour
Yep.
Plus, episode 179-ish? 170? Nope.
It's like 171.
Streeper!
I think it's
171.
Yeah.
Yes.
179. I'm like, we're not making it to that.
I'm surprised we even got this far, my guy.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, clink it up. RudeBoyz special. Happy anniversary, Tommy.
Happy anniversary.
Let's watch the bubbles. Okay, good.
Blah.
Oh God! See, I am just hurting after this is day 2 of Labor Day weekend drinking, and this was also a day of wings, barbecue, delicious barbecue, delicious barbecue. I may
Yeah,
add,
I know.
From
Fucked
yesterday
myself on
from Chef Vogelsberg over there.
Yes.
Delicious barbecue yesterday, wings today.
Mm-hmm.
And drinking today, and obviously drinking yesterday as well, and then an entire Domino's pizza,
Yeah.
pizza pie.
The medium.
I know it was a medium, but still, it was an entire Domino's pizza pie, which is not quality pizza by any scope of the means, by any scope of the matter. Did you know Domino's was actually the first company to sponsor a WWF pay-per-view?
No, it did
No,
not.
they were. It was one of the SummerSlams, I think.
Probably alongside Ico Pro.
Well, yeah. I mean, Ico Pro doesn't count. That's a
Ico Pro.
WWF thing.
Yeah.
All entirely. But
Which apparently they are trying to get the WWF back.
You've told me this. I think it's just so they don't have to blur it out or anything like that. We watch. Actually, you know what? It's funny you say that. When we watched Survivor Series last night, 96.
Yep.
Some of the signs, the fan signs, they had to blur out.
Did they?
They can't have WWF next to it.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah. Well, you didn't notice
I'm
because of
surprised you noticed.
the quality entertainment. Actually, 96 isn't that bad. Well.
96 is bad.
96 had a very good. I was sleeping during it. Big shock. Really good Bret Hart, Steve Austin match. Obviously not as good as their submission match, but still very good. And I think they had one like in '95 also, when Bret was champ or something like that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, did they? Because you've been watching some Survivor Series.
95? Did they?
No.
I saw 95.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I could have sworn they had a match against each other that was not obviously the iconic submission match. And it was for the title.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Nah, I was like, let me, between watching horror movies, because it's, October has ended.
October hasn't ended.
October ended. He hates me. You already used that one.
I'll use it all the time. Strike one.
Oh god. So I was like, let me watch some Survivor Series just to kind of sprinkle in some nonsense.
Right. Okay.
Along with the horror movies, and yeah, I mean, Peacock is a horrible streaming service.
Peacock definitely stinks, man. I can't wait to get rid of it.
I know. I can't wait till the PLEs go on to something else.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. Like, if they all go to Netflix this year or next year, 2005 or 2025 or 2026. Well, Peacock stinks.
Let's bring the network back.
You keep saying that.
Yeah,
you understand how much not sense does that make? Not sense, and also nonsense. Yeah.
A Whipples.
I'm sorry.
Trick Williams had a what?
I don't know. I think you're trying to make fun of me. I don't even remember the context.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Whatever. Okay. Dr. No Cell over here.
You can't just start bringing up shit from.
Shut up.
Right.
Bring up whatever I want.
Okay.
It's loosey goosey.
I didn't say that.
Like early Survivor Series, like for some reason Peacock didn't want to play, which fine, whatever. It was a lot of Hogan shit. So I was fine with it not playing.
I can definitely agree to that.
Very weird though every time Bret Hart won at the end of one, Santa Claus would come out.
I gotta see what you're talking about with this. I don't understand that at all.
Santa Claus is...
I know who Santa Claus is! I'm talking about the premise of...
Alright, well...
Of Bret Hart inviting Santa Claus
No,
out.
he wasn't invited. He just came down to celebrate with Bret Hart.
Oh, okay. That's neat.
And I just... Oh, man. Like, the beginning feuds of the Bret Hart-Owen...
yes.
Like, just the beginning seeds of that happening, like, where, they're in the traditional Survivor Series match with Shawn Michaels and his Knights, I believe.
Okay, yes.
Versus the Hart family, and Owen knocks off Brad, and then Owen gets eliminated, and Owen throws a temper tantrum.
Does Owen kick his leg out of his leg, or that's Rumble? I think
that's
the Royal
Rumble.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Royal Rumble.
That's the lead up for WrestleMania 10.
Yeah. And then, I kicked his leg out from underneath his leg.
I kicked your leg out of your leg.
Then there was the Bob Backlund versus Bret Hart for the title when Bob Backlund was like, I never lost the title since 1976. Apparently someone threw the towel in.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that he lost it, he dropped it to, was it Sheik? No, Sheik beat Bruno. What did Sheik beat? No, Sheik beat Backlund. That was it. Yeah, Sheik beat Backlund, and then obviously Hogan beat him, and then off to the races.
And
Bruno. I think it was Superstar.
Superstar Billy Graham.
I think so.
And then fucking Owen manipulated his parents to throw the towel in, so Bob Backlund. And then Sid Vicious, R.I.P.
Yes, Sid Vicious. Big loss in the wrestling world.
Headlined the most current one that I watched. The most recent one.
1996, yes.
1996 that I watched.
God.
And apparently Sid stood for sudden... what the fuck did they say? Something stupid.
Exactly. I think you fever dreamed it. It's fine.
No, I didn't.
So for anyone, any new listeners,
Vince McMahon sucks on commentary.
Vince McMahon sucks. Period. The end of that sentence. Yeah. We've actually done a number of Survivor Series related episodes. We've done 2 Wrestle Special retro rewatches.
Right.
Number 19 and number 24 for Survivor Series 97 and 98, respectively. We did a Wrestle Special number 7 for the Survivor Series Dream Teams, which I am drunk as a skunk in. I am a mess.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that one. And our third Wrestle Special, which was just talking about Survivor Series 2018. But we've also done stuff like relating to The Shield, which debuted in, I think, 2018, they debuted, 16, whatever it was. But, yeah, we like our Survivor Series. So that's, and obviously with the transition into War Games, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I fucking absolutely I like Survivor Series is like my favorite. It's definitely my favorite.
Do you like more of the classic? You like the more of the classic Survivor Series style matches, though, right?
Yeah, where it was just like, oh, okay, we're taking this guy because he has a feud with that heel,
Right.
and now it's just. I mean, now it's kind of like that, or they'll take two factions with War Games.
Yes, correct. Now it's more of a War Games slant.
Yeah.
Which is always good. Do you want another?
Yeah, one more.
All right. War Games. And then War Games is obviously going to be because we got Bad Blood coming up.
Yeah.
Bad Blood.
So stupid.
I mean, that is a Taylor Swift song, too, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say ew.
And I'm done with that joke.
All right. I mean, I wasn't singing
say
Taylor
ew.
Swift.
Don't fucking
was it?
censor me.
Well, I mean, no. Who
Don't
cares?
fucking censor
Why?
me.
Why do you say ill? Because she's popular?
No, I just don't like her.
Okay, then you
Never
can just say
have-
that.
never
Why do you have
will.
to say ew? Why do you have to demean another human
How
being?
about you shut the fuck up and take a shot, you fucking bitch?
Drink and drink, bitch. Smooth. But yeah, that's clearly gearing towards a bloodline.
Bloodline War. And then we'll probably also see like something with Judgment Day. Because usually what, they do 2 War Games or one?
They do I think we were talking about this last year. I think they just do one because when it was an NXT thing, they did a men's and women's.
Right.
No.
Well, they do a men's and women's.
Still?
Yeah.
In the I wouldn't know. You know, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
I feel like when it moved to Survivor Series, it was just a single War Games match. But no, because damage control. They had damage control on one. Right. Okay, yes, you're right, Tommy. I'm sorry. I apologize. You're right. But I have grown as a human being, so I'm better now. I'm better than everybody. I'll tell you what. I am better in my life because I was baby beat a Final Fantasy game, Tom.
That's awesome. Congrats.
I did, yes. Thank you. Clap, 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 old soundboard. Final Fantasy VI, I was pressured into playing it. I wasn't pressured into playing it. I always wanted to play it.
I did not pressure you.
Alright, Tom, it's not always a fucking about you, alright? I can talk to other people who like the same things, alright? Relax.
What? You need to relax.
Don't fucking gaslight.
Wow, year 8 might be the end. God damn, son.
This isn't year 8. We're into year 8.
Yeah, whatever. It might be the end. Damn,
You know
son.
what? I tried so hard.
Chill.
Got so far. But in the end, doesn't
Shut
matter.
the fuck up. Talk about your Final Fantasy quest.
It was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you play where like you got the like extra?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on. Like it gives you save states and stuff. Like those are the things that have. God damn. Those are the things that have, for the longest time, pressured me from not playing RPGs. Like I'm even saying back in the day, I really have just like a mental block when it comes to RPGs. Like I just cannot let go and be like, you know, I need to be completely forced and directed into a path. You know what I mean? Like side quests, if I have to figure it out, I'm done. If I have to, because I know in the original Final Fantasy, for you to actually continue the story or progress out of a town or something like that, you have to talk to everybody. I wouldn't have done that. I would have been stuck in that town forever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have those... I need to be a little more guided when it comes to stuff. Nowadays, it's different because I've grown as a gamer, you know, but, like, growing up, I'm like, absolutely not. You know, I remember playing Pokemon. I had to, like, do everything Ash Ketchum did because I was like, I don't understand anything, you know? Like, that's just... I have to have all the items. I have to do this. And it's like... Can't play a game like that, you know? It's not fun that way. So, yes, I had all the little accessibility features for the Pixel Remaster that it gives you. So it gives you, like, increased experience, it gives you increased attack, it gives you increased skill. Again, I played it in baby mode. I don't care, though, because it was still I still experienced the story.
That's how I beat 1.
Yeah. Listen, our time is valuable.
2 sucks.
I have heard 2 sucks. But time is valuable, you know? So, like, you know, if and I've told you this, Tom, if something's not tickling your dick, fucking throw it out.
I don't think you've ever
You've said tickling your dick. You've definitely said.
That doesn't sound like me.
No, it doesn't.
No.
You've definitely. I remember you saying it. It's like they call it what is it? Tickle your dick or something.
Tickle your dick.
So I did enjoy it though,
Okay.
and I didn't. So Teddy's the guy that forced me into it, my coworker, and he.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Okay, wow. But I was just falling back on part of the story. But it was something I always wanted to play because, like, it was a very high-profile video game. It is objectively one of the greatest JRPGs of all time. 16-bit on the Super Nintendo, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like up there with Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana. And I don't even really know. I've played Earthbound, I've played Super Mario RPG. Like, I've played games of that ilk, but I've never
Played 15 minutes of Secret of Mana.
Yes, correct. I played 15 minutes of Secret of Mana. I think the remake or something like that. Like, I did not really even get that far. But, like, again, I understand that it is, like, tremendous. The same thing with 7. Like, 7, whatever. That's another thing. I can see how people lost their minds playing 6, and then 7 comes out. Right. You know, like, everybody would lose their mind. When I played Halo for the first time, I was like, I can see how people lost their minds.
Yeah.
That this is like, oh my god, these are first-person shooters now. Right. That's crazy. Like, these are RPGs now. That's crazy. Like, that's cool. But anyway, I didn't rename any of my characters because, like, I wanted to know the characters. Like, I wanted to know, you know, I had that issue with one of the Pokemons where I would rename the monsters, the Pokemon, and now if you showed me, like, a picture of them, I'd be like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Because I never had that attachment to, you know, I might have known them as, like, oh, that's so-and-so, but, like, what's its name? Like, I'm like, I don't fucking know, you know? So I need to know Terra and Edgar and Sabin and, you know, Celis, you know, and all those characters. Have you played 6? I know we were talking about this a little bit.
Maybe I did.
Okay. 6, storyline-wise, is really good. Now, in 2024, it might be a little rote, but thinking about when it came out,
right,
I'm like, this is pretty good, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, the whole point, spoiler alert for a 20, almost 30-year-old game, half of the game is almost like a game in itself, and then, like, you, air quotes, beat the boss, but you really don't, and the boss wins, right, and then the other half is, like, trying to get back at the boss, so it's like, the second half is very dystopian and very down, and it's almost like, and the way I'm consuming media now is I'll play a game or watch a show or something like that, and then read about it, you know, be like, oh, what sort of thoughts are out there? Like, I'm curious about that.
Right, yeah.
And people, when they were back in the 90s playing that game, they were like, but I beat the boss, and I escaped, and this is... I won? This is winning? Like, this isn't winning. This is no good, you know? Like, seeing that and then seeing, like, your whole, the cast of characters having to, like, regroup and reunite them together.
Right.
Like, that was cool. From what I understand, though, and you might know this, so all the Final Fantasy games, from what I've understood watching YouTubes and stuff like that, and by all means, anyone can reach out to me on social media through the RudeBoyz or through my stuff. We could talk about Final Fantasy VI or anything like that. But from what I understand is every time they do a numbered Final Fantasy, they kind of shuffle the team up. So that's why some of, like, you know, 1, 2, 3 at least, I know, are very different. Like, you got the job system, you got this, you got that. Like, totally forgot what I was going to ask you. What Final Fantasy have you played back in the day?
1, I definitely played,
Okay.
and I just I replayed it with the Pixel.
Okay, cool.
7, I played.
Right. Which I know a lot of
Yeah.
7 without playing it, so I know how that operates.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously 14 is a
Yeah,
MMORPG.
Yeah, 4 was I played many moons ago.
Okay.
So, 15 I haven't completed. I don't like 15 really.
Right.
Like I like the car. That's about it.
Right.
But, like I don't know. Like 15 was odd because it was like it was very futuristic, but they tried to keep that whole fantasy like
they tried to keep it in fantasy, but not.
Yeah. And I didn't also like I didn't like the fighting system for 15.
Okay. 15 came out before Remake, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can see that was like maybe
10
they were trying.
Played obviously.
Right. Why is that obvious? I don't know why. That
Never played. Never played 11 because that was like an online.
11 was online. Yeah.
And back in the day, I was like, "Boo MMOs."
And also, like, you had to buy like a fucking Ethernet box for your PS2 or some shit. You know, like that wasn't feasible anymore. Or back then, I should say.
Yeah.
Now it is. It's not. It wasn't then. Oh my god.
12 is what actually I played a little bit of 9.
Okay.
12 is actually what took me away from Final Fantasy for a little bit.
Really?
Because 12 was the first one that stopped using the turn-based fight system.
Oh,
And
really?
It was like
Active.
yeah.
See, that's also another...
Minus 11, which
Well,
was
11's like an
I-
anomaly back
exactly.
then. You know? That's another thing that really kind of... how do I put it? Like, I can understand if you were to give me very strict turn-based, like, D&D rules, where you're like, alright, speed stat.
Yeah.
This one goes, this monster goes, then you go, then I go, then the other monster goes, and then it
Right.
repeats. You know, like, okay, I get that. Then you start throwing shit into, like, because I know how 7 is. It's got the active time-based, where it's like, you know, it fills up a little bit of, like, a speed stat, and you can keep going with that. 6 does the same thing.
Right.
Chrono Trigger does the same thing, which confused the shit out of me, because, like, when I tried to play Chrono Trigger, which, to my admission, I didn't like, because, like, I was, again, still very dumb with RPGs.
Right.
It was kind of just, like, weird, like, okay, you want to do turn-based, but, like, give me an answer. What are you going to do? You're going to cast something? You're going to defend? You're going to attack? What are you going to do? Oh, now the monster goes, you know,
Right.
like...
Yeah.
That's stress. And unless I'm in the zone and comfortable, then I'm good with that. You know what I mean? So that was another barrier of entry. So I can understand losing a fan with the active. You know, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a core tenement of the system, unless. And I will say this: I've played Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii back in the day. I can't believe I said back in the day for a Wii game, but whatever. That was active. You know, like you were constantly always attacking.
Yeah.
Like you were doing like simple sword slashes, and then like your bar would fill up, and then you could cast or do bigger attacks. Like I feel like that's MMO-ish, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, you know, KOTOR, when I tried to play that, didn't understand that fucking thing at all.
No,
you know, I thought, you know, oh, Star Wars game, cool. Like, nope,
Yeah.
stop,
Yeah.
drop, shut them down, open up a shop.
16 was good.
16 now that 6 is out of now I've got at least 2 PS5 games on deck right now.
Right. Well, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, 16 is definitely on my radar now that I finished 6. But I did enjoy it. I think the story, it's going to stink. Now, of course, I bought the fucking Pixel Remaster Collection. But I bought it imported because it was cheaper than because now that it's an English release. Well, again, the whole thing is in English, but that's the thing about region. So region locked games. So like, I have on my shelf, you know, the game Okami, right?
Yeah.
That Capcom Wolf game. That was never released physically in America.
Oh, really?
But in Japan, it was. So I can buy the Japanese cart,
Huh.
throw it into my Switch, and my Switch sees this, is like, oh, this is Okami. I got you, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a dog. That's funny. Yeah, no.
No, it's not.
And then it was funny. Stop it.
No.
You're mean.
No selling.
Yep. And it plays the English version of Okami, even though it is the Japanese cart. So in the same sense, so really the Japanese cart that we both have now of the Final Fantasy Pixel collections boots up the English versions of the games.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be
that.
honestly if there was a situation where I bought a Japanese game that did not exist in America, then it would be like, here's the Japanese game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Honestly,
Didn't realize that was a that was a Japanese version.
yeah. Yeah. Even though the box is in English, you know, it's weird. Japanese, man, they got it all. They got it on lock, bro. They know what's up. You know, they got us fucking. You know, I can barely speak this language, and they can speak multiple languages. It's
Absolutely,
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm happy I finally did it.
Good.
And I enjoyed it. You know, like, you know, unlike Chrono Trigger, which I played to an ending, and I was like, meh.
Why Chrono Trigger has multiple endings?
It does, yeah. Depending on how... It's not like multiple in the sense of, like, you have to do... Like, there's a bad ending, there's a good ending, and then there's, like, a great ending. So, like, I got the bad ending, and I'm like...
done.
I've really, like... I've wrung out this sponge.
Yeah.
You know, I'm tapped, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If Chrono Trigger comes out on a very accessible system, like the Switch or Switch 2, and it has save states, or it's like a pixel remaster, or an HD 2D thingy, then I'd try it again.
Huh.
Definitely.
Yeah, never. It's not on the NES Online.
I don't even
system?
think it's on the Super Nintendo Classic Chrono Trigger. You know, the little mini,
Right?
because I know on the mini, no, it's not. But
I'm
I'm even
about.
trying to say, even like, how could I play it?
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I did have the DS version, and I sold it because again, I'm like the game's like, I don't want to play this anymore. Which I should have just saved it, but whatever. I was under duress by my ex. Just gonna leave that out there. And
Just hanging.
yeah, a little bit. Like the cloud, like the noose around my neck. SNES
Jesus.
Classic Edition.
It's not on there.
Did you look it up, or are you just saying that?
I don't know. You seemed like you were stalling out. So
Oh no, it
I was
is.
trying to move us.
It is not on there. Final
Okay.
Fantasy VI is. Chrono Trigger is not.
Right.
Secret of Mana is though. That's there you go. Still won't play it. Yep.
I
Honestly, I think the next RPG I will play
Mm.
might be. I have no fucking clue actually. It might be Final Fantasy 16. It might be Live Alive. I've heard good things about Live Alive. It was a remake of a Super Famicom game that they HD 2D'd up, and it's apparently very accessible. It's very like, it's okay, baby, we got you. To me, because I need to be handheld through RPGs.
You're not gonna play the Black Myth of Wukong?
No, that's a Soulsy game. I don't
Is
want to
it?
do Soulsy games. No, dude. I played.
See, I was seeing it. I thought I
it
like,
looks very nice.
Like I thought it looked more like Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh my god, Ghost of Tsushima, that's a good game. I don't think about it enough though, but that is a good game.
Yeah. When I'm allowed to use the PS5, I'll.
That's fucking bullshit.
When I have access to it.
When you own your baby, when you get your custody back.
Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have one for you.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm playing Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws now.
Right. Yep.
I'm playing. I got Astrobot coming out next week, which I'm very excited about. Pre-ordered the controller because I'm a fool, and a fool and his money are easily separated.
I saw.
I'll have 3 PS5 controllers. That's crazy.
Look at you.
I got the Spider-Man one, I got the regular one, and I've got the
That
Astrobot one.
That'll be good for when the Marvel Capcom collection comes out.
I'd be getting it on Switch anyway.
Mm.
I mean, you see this.
Probably.
You see these red boxes, right?
True.
I would be getting it on that. I already pre-ordered it on that.
Did you?
Yeah,
I didn't know pre-orders were up.
they are. You should look into it because I think they're gonna have like a comic with it, but I don't know. It might be a little too late. I don't know. If you're not into it, what have you been playing besides Final Fantasy? How's Final Fantasy 14 going on with with this Final Fantasy talk?
Good. Being a girl, we actually advanced a little bit in Shadowbringers.
Is that the? I know that's not the newest one because the newest one just happened or is happening.
That's two
ago.
Back, yeah.
Okay.
So we actually advanced. We're gonna try to finish it this week coming up. So
nice.
Yeah. It's just like playing it on like, it's a big game, so it's like
Sure.
It does like it'll slow up the computer just a little bit.
Oh, I got you.
All in all, whatever.
You've been playing on a laptop still, right? The gaming laptop you got?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And it's been running well, because I'm just so ignorant when it comes to
I mean, Hogwarts...
PC games, laptop games.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy didn't play well, because I had that go to the external hard drive that I got.
And I hear that's a whole thing, too.
That's a whole thing, which the funny thing is, but I have Baldur's Gate on my external hard drive.
Okay.
And it plays fine.
Interesting. I guess it's just how it's optimized or whatever.
Hogwarts Legacy did not play well. I think I might pick that up on the Switch. I hear it actually plays fairly well on the Switch.
I've heard that too. I always forget that game exists.
Yeah.
And
it was
a Quidditch game coming out now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Honestly, good for that. I feel like we should all live in a world where there should be more Star Wars games or Harry Potter games.
Right,
fuck it, whatever, dude. Really devalues the franchise, but whatever.
Excuse me.
It's all good. Just putting you to sleep, it's fine. Always.
Yeah, it's the story. The story is so good. It's so well written. Like the characters.
For 14.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. It's so well written. I also just got the new. I picked up the new class. It's called Viper.
So this is the new class that came with the latest.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Fucking, it's called Viper. It's a dual bladed, like swords. Not a ninja where it's dual daggers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Did you make a new character with this yet or not yet?
No. My main character, my main character, he is the one that I'll pick up like new shit on.
Okay.
To test it out.
Okay.
Because you actually have to, before you can unlock it, you got to get up to like level 80.
Oh, all right.
So
it prevents people from like, what are you gonna say? Just constantly hopping onto the new shit.
Correct.
I got you.
Yeah, you got to work for it.
Excuse me.
Ooh, piggy. What else have you been playing?
We got Outlaws currently.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Zelda. I've got to pause. Hang on, I'm sorry, everybody. I got Zelda coming out in a few weeks.
What's Zelda?
Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, my friend. So it's a top-down Zelda game.
Okay.
Which is also kind of why I wanted you to see if you liked Link's Awakening.
I am.
Good. I'm very happy about that because I know you are more of a top-down Zelda man than a 3D Zelda man.
Yeah. Tried playing Breath of the Wild 2. That shit was insane.
It was called Tears of the Kingdom.
Whatever.
And it was insane as well, yes.
I found a fucking dragon and got murdered by it.
That did happen, yes. I do remember that happening.
Sucked.
It did. I also remember that happening. That sucks regardless, dude. Even, like, you could play, like, hundreds of hours like I have, and I'm like, I still don't want to fight those guys. I
was like,
I enjoy the challenge I have. I don't want to... I'm good, you know what I mean? Which, actually, there's a game... There's a Gundam game that just came out, which is getting good reviews. Mm-hmm. And I like a good Gundam idea. Again, Gundam is up there with Godzilla and James Bond, where it's like on paper, things I think I would really like.
Right, yeah.
However, what I've dabbled in, I don't really care for.
Fair.
So there's a new Gundam game coming out, or came out, And I'm like, ooh, I like some Gundam, you know. But it's like, oh, it's got easy combat, and it's tough to master. You know, like when they say shit like that, like it's rewarding if you master it or whatever. And I'm like, I really don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't need...
I could just play it, be like, this is fun, and then go through the story, and then shelve the fucking thing forever, for life. But that's how I feel about that. I do like I like the ideas of these things.
Sure, yeah.
But I'm so the new Zelda game coming out end of the month. Echoes of Wisdom looks neat. Is kind of like it's taking the Tears of the Kingdom mechanics and putting it into a top-down Zelda game. Huh. So like you're manipulating the world, you can summon things, you know, blah blah blah. So long story short, I'm trying to eliminate as much Switch backlog. Not as much, but any Switch backlog I have, I'm trying to eliminate as such.
Is this the one where you play as Zelda?
Correct. Which it doesn't, I mean, whatever. It's just your avatar. It doesn't matter. Like, you know.
I was just asking.
No, I know you are. But I know that, like, well, you're playing as the girl. Like, who gives a shit? It's a fucking video game.
Yeah,
fucking relax, my guy.
I don't know if you know this about the society we live in.
We live in a society. Yeah, they think.
Is fucks.
Not the RudeNation, though. The RudeNation is great. Join our Discord. The Rude Zone. But what I'm playing on Switch, I started Astral Chain.
I saw that, yeah.
Which I probably am not going to go back into, only because like I only played like an hour.
Yeah.
And now Star Wars came out, and then Astro Bot's coming out, so I'm probably not going to go back to Astral Chain.
For a while.
And so I might as well just even be like, I didn't even start it.
Yeah, exactly. You could just delete your file and then start from scratch.
Well, like I wanted to. It seemed interesting. It seems like a mass platinum game. After playing the Bayonettas and the Metal Gear Revengeance and shit like that, I'm like, I like some platinum games. Vanquish was cool. Platinum games, yeah. The company that did Bayonetta.
Oh,
they did. I
thought you meant
Vanquish.
Okay, I thought you meant like platform games. Like,
oh no, I mean there is platforming, but no, it's. I'm also playing a Famicom Detective Club game, which is like a visual novel.
Huh.
So there was a new one that just came out. So of course I'm like I want to check the old ones out, you know. And it's visual novel, you know, like you gotta interview people and solve mysteries and stuff like that. And I'm a few hours in, and it's completely fine.
Right.
But it like scratches an itch, you know. It's a very casual game.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Also played Castaway. Castaway was like on not the Tom Hanks movie, not the movie not the game based off the Tom Hanks movie, but a game completely separate from that.
You can't play as Wilson.
It does. It looks a lot like a top-down Zelda game, and the story, I'm saying air quotes, the story of it is like an hour long, but that is really almost like the tutorial to set you up for like this roguey tower thing you go into. And it's one of those games that I can only speak for myself, and I'm sure this, like I said, scratches a lot of itches for other people. And it's like Hades, where like you go into Hades and you're like, oh, I suck at this game, but you get a little better, you get a little better, you get a little better, like a roguelike is, like a roguelike do.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. Like, you have all your items, but like they reduce your health, so you have to get coins to increase either the strength of your items or your health or your defenses or your offenses, and you've got like 50 levels to get through, like levels of a tower, and every time I do it, I get better, and I feel good about myself as a human being, as a man, as a video gamer, and as a professional podcaster. So, like, I'm enjoying it. And it was only like $8.
You forgot to use the air quotes for professional podcaster.
I mean, those were implied.
Yeah.
Because why did I say that? Because I'm a clown.
Yeah.
Boop. Bop. The nose and the wig.
Oh.
visual medium. That was
Boy,
but even that imaginary visual medium.
Welcome to Choose Your Own Adventure, RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
Welcome to the show in my brain.
Holy shit!
But that's what I also played SteamWorld Dig.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a game that scratches an itch, man? SteamWorld Dig does that for me.
I drink every time he says that, guys.
I've said it twice so
You've
far.
said it a
I said it a
lot.
few times in a row because it didn't make sense in my brain. Again, imagination station.
Exactly.
But
So how is that only twice?
I mean, like, it was meant to be said twice. Once, and then twice. Instances. How about that? Two instances I've said that thing. So anyway, it tickles my dick.
You just fucking...
You want me to say scratch an itch or tickle my dick? Which one do you want?
Which
one do you want? You can have one.
One. God damn it.
Which one do you want?
We're not making it through year 8.
Oh, shush. You're just... It's a 11:15. And we should have recorded at least 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
But things happen. We should have also recorded fucking 4 weeks ago. But what are you going to do?
3 weeks ago, we said.
No, but then at that point we should have recorded fucking months prior to that. But whatever.
We've been recording for
Life finds a way, Tom.
Shut
All
up.
right. So, SteamWorld Dig tickles my dick. I enjoy it. And it, instances and 100, okay. That is just a game that it's just you go down into the mine. I've talked about this game.
I've played this game.
This is one of... I think this is one of, like...
I beat this game. SteamWorld Heist didn't enjoy.
Okay, so that's funny. So SteamWorld Heist 2 came out, and I heard it's really good. SteamWorld Heist, the first one, took me a while to get into.
Yeah.
But I really did enjoy it. And I can understand how it's not everybody's cup of tea. Did you play SteamWorld Dig 2?
No.
You should play SteamWorld Dig 2. I have SteamWorld Dig 2 if you want to. Maybe after Zelda.
Yeah.
But that is good. That is more SteamWorld Dig.
Nice.
And you like SteamWorld Dig.
I did.
But SteamWorld Heist is like a turn-based strategy game, which, again, I didn't think I'd be into, but I think me liking Dig so much, which sounds like a weird, retarded statement out of context. Me liking Dig so much.
Me like Dig Dug!
Me like Dig. Made me buy Heist, and then I'm like, I like this game. SteamWorld Quest is like a card-based RPG. Never tried it because again, I'm like, oh, these are different genres. I'm good. I was a little tipsy. Shock. SteamWorld Build is on Game Pass, which is like a SimCity-like. 2 minutes into it, I'm like, no, thank you. And again, it could be drunk mind or sober thoughts. I don't know.
Your dumb imagination should have had a ball with that.
No, I told you this when we were getting wings. I have zero imagination. That's why I can't build the Twin Towers on a plane with the Deku tree I'm going to get. I'm going to build the Deku tree.
What?
Because we were the Legos.
Yeah.
Lego plane, Lego towers. Come on, 2 and 2 together. Put 9 and 11 together, Tom.
You get...
Do it.
12, 13, 14, 15,
Oh my
16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You get 20.
Wow. 9, 11. Anyway.
Oh.
That's what I've been playing. So you've been playing... So tell me about Link's Awakening. You're digging it, right?
Wait, we're talking about...
Video games.
Okay, we're talking about Link's Awakening or SteamWorld Dig? Because you just said Dig again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not playing SteamWorld Dig, are you? Okay.
No, I'm like, I think I got like 3 instruments left.
Nice. There's going to be a temple, and I think did I warn you about? There's going to be a late game temple. It's either the last one or the second to last one that you're going to probably bang your head against the wall, and because it is so very much like obtuse. No,
I go on YouTube.
Beautiful. Yes,
I've been going.
You can't do that when you're playing it on the Game Boy. I'll tell you that much because that's where I was. But there's a thing where it's like...
Good thing I'm playing this game in the year 2024 where I can. 2024! You can go on to YouTube and find walkthroughs!
Link's Awakening is a very good game. I'm surprised they didn't remake the Oracle games, which are like the pseudo sequels to that. But those are on the Game Boy.
I thought Oracle was that bullshit you tried to get me and my brother to play.
Oh, that's Triforce Heroes.
Where we were just picking each other up and throwing.
That is so funny to me, though. But it is not a great game.
No.
It is not a great Zelda game. I'm sure it is a fun experience. It's just not a good
Oh,
Zelda
yeah, it was
game.
a great experience.
I was laughing my ass off.
Oh, yeah, no. It was great throwing you guys down.
That was very funny.
Yeah.
And then you keep pressing the button. It's like the thumbs up, like... Yeah, Triforce Heroes stinks, but...
It was like, oh, my God, so...
I should do a Four Swords meet up.
People me and my brother used to hang out with, for some reason, we'd be hanging out at this one dude's house, and we would end up playing, he had, a tennis game on his, PlayStation.
Okay.
We ended up playing that. And, he had 4 PlayStation controllers, so, we were playing, doubles.
Right.
And I'm like, Squeaky Jones on the court, because, your shoots would,
it would do the... Okay.
People would just get so... And it was, essentially the same thing to the thumbs up, and, just doing stupid shit like that.
Fantastic.
But, Link's Awakening I'm enjoying.
Good.
This is the one that... Didn't I try to play this, Didn't they, remake this once before, and I tried to play it on the DS, and... I gave it up because...
Ocarina of Time was the one you gave up on.
No, it was a top-down.
Link Between Worlds?
No, I beat the shit out of that game.
Okay. I mean,
I remember going up a mountain and I kept getting hit by boulders and I got lost in the mountains. That
sounds like Ocarina, because there is a sequence in Ocarina where that happens, but it's not top-down.
It's not top-down. Okay. This was a top-down Zelda that
so
you let me borrow.
So one of your statements is a lie. You have to tell me. You have to figure out which one. It's either it was the mountains or it was top down. Because both statements do not happen in. Actually, Link to the Past that does happen, but you've played Link.
It
to the
was
Past.
Link to the Past.
You couldn't play Link through Link to the Past.
No, I gave it up. I gave it back to you.
Also, that's not a physically owned game. That was.
Well, maybe I deleted it then. I don't know. Fucking regardless, I know I dropped that fucking game because it annoyed me.
Link to the Past. Is it my favorite Zelda game?
Link Between Worlds might be
Link Between Worlds is really good too. Minish Cap, though, is underrated.
Yeah.
Until Link to the Past got a sequel in Link Between Worlds, Minish Cap was the best sequel, air quotes. What do you think is the game you've played, how do I put this, the series you've played the most from? That you could be I can rank 9 of these games, you know what I mean? Mega Man.
It'd probably be between Street Fighter and Final Fantasy.
Okay.
So.
That you'd be able to rank. To me, I think, Link to the Past is probably... It's probably my favorite Zelda game. Because it has the most connection to me. But I'm glad you're liking Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
If you ever want Steamworld Dig 2, I got that.
Yeah,
that is really
done.
good. I'm surprised Steamworld Dig 2 isn't on Game Pass, but what are you going to do?
I also got
I haven't played that since.
I got to re-download BioShock since Rootober's coming up.
Yep. Rootober plans, Tommy. What do you got?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Movies and games.
All right.
I got Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Yep.
That we should still play.
I could do a stream of that. I know I'm 2, maybe even 3 games behind on the Dark Pictures. Those are those fucking choose your own adventure video games, Until Dawn or The Quarry, which are on our YouTube, youtube.com/@RudeBoyz469.
Yeah, but you thought Jaden Smith was in it.
I'm not going to defend my
ignorance.
Thought process, my ignorance. Yes, correct.
Yeah. That's all I've really been playing.
Okay.
watching-wise.
Watching-wise? What have you been watching?
I watched the movie Immaculate
Okay.
with Sydney Sweeney. Where she...
Sorry. Madam Web, we gotta talk about eventually,
but... Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, Madam Web,
You card. Do you want to, No.
No.
As a host, I'd have to offer.
I don't know if I could fit anymore.
It's been a tough couple of 48 hours.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
That's why,
we're practically both in our 40s. It is. It's tough, bro.
That's why I just kind of. I kind of need to just chill for.
Right.
Sadly.
Not sadly. Listen, man. It's a sprint,
man.
baby. I mean, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. It was a cool. Like, it came out earlier this year.
Okay.
She plays a nun.
Oh, I know this. Okay.
Who Immaculate Conception happens. And yeah. So
I'd say
it was cool. Like, there weren't any of your typical like jump scares or anything.
Oh, it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. You never part of it. Never, no, not one of what you said made it seem like it was a horror movie. I thought Sydney Sweeney in a nun costume getting knocked up. All right, but it's a horror movie. Now it's.
What, you thought it was a dream I was telling you about? Like, what the fuck?
I thought it was somebody read my screenplay. I believe in the pizzerias of the city.
No, this is.
Why didn't they call me? Anywho. Immaculate.
It didn't use jump scares, which I liked.
Uh-huh.
And I have realized, like, I really like religious horror type
you
of
do,
stuff.
Yes.
Like, I
Exorcist.
Huh?
Exorcist.
Yeah.
I mean, better or worse.
Yeah.
At least in your psyche, that is a big part of your horror upbringing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That, so is Halloween.
Yeah, but how is that? That's not religious. Is that religious?
No. Well.
You could call it a religion. But
Well, it gets very, like, culty in the later movies.
it gets.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a thing
No,
was the
no.
jump
No, but
off
I
point.
was just saying, I was adding on to what you were saying, like, my horror upbringing.
Right, yes.
So I was adding to what you were saying.
Copy that.
That's why I said Halloween. But yes, that also just steamrolled over what I said. Not that you steamrolled me, I steamrolled myself.
Oh, you did. You self-steamrolled.
I did.
You worked yourself into a shoot mark.
No, I self-steamrolled.
Or your own shoot.
It was good though. Like,
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Like,
What did you watch it on? On
Hulu.
Hulu. Okay.
I found a channel that on Friday nights they play horror movies, so I'm like, all right, cool. That's just a movie called Rabid, which is weird.
Okay.
It's like.
Well, let me before we get to it. Immaculate on a scale of 0 to 1, how topless
0 to
does Sydney Sweeney get?
I mean,
She either does or doesn't.
she does, but she's covering.
So 0.
0.5. You said 0 to 1.
I like it. You're just like now. You're like, I'm manipulating the scale. All right, it's all. I'm just trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
To me being a creep.
Yes.
Yes.
She does a lot of horror shit. And,
Good for her.
Like, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, she is supposedly in the running to be MCU Black Cat, allegedly.
Well, I mean, in my mind's show, I don't know what to say. No. Yes. Because Madam Web was a fucking
Train wreck.
not even a train wreck, but like, just like
Me watching it by myself was.
that. I truly okay. All right. I apologize for that.
I know.
I truly do.
But I will constantly bust your balls about
And I totally get that.
it.
and here is the thing, Nation. In the past year, 2023, you have heard how hyped, air quotes, boing, Ya Boyz, me, have been for Madam Web. Did not see it in theaters. Why? Because the buzz was so, like, much of a nega buzz. It was negative buzz. It wasn't like, you gotta see this movie, it's bad. It's like, don't even bother seeing this movie, it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Goes on Netflix. Still, weeks, months go by, we're like, let's just watch Madam Web. We watched Madam Web. I fell asleep. The movie was Dullsville.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, some of the idea, premise, fine. What they do sometimes with, like, the Spider Tribe or Ezekiel in, like, the nega Spider-Man suit, fine. Evil Spider-Man, fine. That's it. Come on. You want to get gross? Fine. You covered up Sydney Sweeney up to the collar. What are you doing here, Sony? Even, like, the direction, the dialogue was so stilted. Like, it's like, I would have to... You need to act on purpose how dull it was.
Yeah.
Like, robots could act that dull. Like, it was zero human emotion. It was just zero, like, it was like... Jameson,
it wasn't good.
Smooth Irish whiskey made the John Jameson way since 1780.
Dakota Johnson
What?
sucks.
Robot? She stinks.
She
stinks.
sucks
Could
as
she
an
act?
actress.
Probably.
Probably not.
I am not based off this movie. No!
Yeah, that movie sucked.
I still like our episode where we tried to save the Sony Spider-Man universe, and that, and when I did, because I did go back and watch the last third of Madam Web, which it was a lot better with my eyes closed. I reread my plot to save the Sony thing, and I'm like, I should save this.
Yeah?
Call me Amy Pascal.
Yeah, no.
No.
Not that she should call you.
No, she should call me.
Yeah. She sucks.
She stinks.
Yeah.
Avi Arad, you stink.
Yep.
You guys got your hands now on the Zelda movie, which it is what it is.
Can't wait to watch that in theaters and just...
It's gonna... Honestly, the only thing going for it is that Nintendo's not gonna let it fucking be a fucking wet fart. Whereas Marvel is just like... You got the rights. I guess you can do what you gotta do.
Yep.
Whereas, like, Nintendo's gonna be like, no, absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here with this, you know?
Yeah.
But again, if you deliver a movie under budget, on time, that's really what you got going on for yourself. But anyway, we'll be seeing Kraven in theaters in this month, right? Isn't it soon? When is it?
It's
I thought
either...
Venom was December.
It's either October...
Vemcember. You were kind of rolling around your mouth, seeing how it tasted. Speaking of,
maybe.
Yikes-a-real.
It might work.
Vemcember.
Maybe. I gotta keep seeing how it works.
Vemcember?
Yeah. If you say it enough, maybe.
Like Snixty?
Yeah.
Why did Snixty not work?
Oh, it was dumb.
Alright, cool. Alright, good scientific evidence brought to me educatedly. Educatedly. It's a new word. So
yeah, that Kraven trailer, man. That current one.
I mean, we like Rhino. Up until you see his face and you're like, eek, aw.
It's a dude in a rhino suit. Like, what do you...
No, it's a dude turning into a rhino. Fucking Paul Giamatti was a dude in a rhino suit. This is a dude turning into a rhino. Which, like, whatever. Like, it's the rhino.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I mean, it's definitely leaning into the whole, it's R-rated, you know?
I mean, Quicksilver looks fine as Kraven.
God, it really blew my mind for a split second there. Quicksilver. Kick-ass. He looks real kick-ass. Wait, was he kick-ass or he was his buddy?
He was kick-ass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, his buddy...
The other Quicksilver was the other buddy.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, he had a couple of buddies in there.
But, like, one of.
Yeah, because you also
They
had...
all can't be Quicksilvers.
Yeah, because you had the dude from Hot Tub Time Machine was also in Kick-Ass.
I'm trying to name somebody else from Hot Tub Time Machine, but I can't think of the whole cast.
The kid with the glasses in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Jay Bernthal or whatever his name is. No. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That the dork from the last season of Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
But Evan Peters was also wasn't he in the last episode of Parks and Rec?
Wait, Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, The Office.
Yeah,
They both were in The Office. Last season
Were
of The
they?
Office. Yes.
Never watched it.
Okay.
I'll actually, I can't say I've never watched it. I've watched a handful of episodes.
You've watched enough.
Enough to know that it's not for me.
Right.
It's like Seinfeld too.
Fair.
Yeah, Rhino looks interesting.
Interesting is a good word.
Yeah.
I think Craven in the Craven outfit. You're gonna get that, but again, you thought you'd see Sydney Sweeney in fucking black latex this whole movie, but guess what? You didn't. You saw him in the most G-rated schoolgirl costume.
It was like barely PG.
It was like
like pushing PG.
It was a Halloween costume for the Mormons. Like, it was so, like, unoffensive.
Oh, no offensive.
Like, it was so, like, how could we make this skirt longer, collar higher, and sleeves? Like...
And no thigh highs.
Yeah.
So my
Wait,
One
what are you
Piece,
doing there?
my One Piece journey.
Speaking of watching, yes.
I'm a little upset. Hulu only goes up to episode 746.
And what did I say to you, Tom?
Only 746. Yeah, so I might have to sub to Crunchyroll.
Well, doesn't your brother have the subscription?
Does, but fucking my PlayStation doesn't want to log in, so I'm like, you know what? I'll just get my own and.
What's on your? Oh no, you like to have it on in the background.
Well, that and I like watching it on my nice fucking big screen.
Well, why don't you just get a cheap Fire Stick, and then you can download the apps and then do it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that might be your. I mean, the best bet is to reclaim your property, but
It's not my property.
it is. It was given to you. Then it was not even taken from you. It was just kind of like kidnapped. But it's still yours. But
Yeah.
again, we're not trying to upset the apple cart.
Look, unless you have a fucking room for me, we can upset the apple cart all we fucking
I don't
want.
see why you can't be like, I'm taking this. This is coming down here. So if you want to watch your fucking YouTube fucking card opening videos, whatever he's watching now, you can watch it on this.
Anyway.
But yeah, Fire Stick. Just get a Fire Stick.
How much are they?
I mean, they can't be more than like 30.
Okay. They usually sell them at Target.
Yeah, and then you might, like, on Prime Day, you'll get them, like, probably cheaper,
Stupid
you know?
ass cheap, yeah.
And, like, if you, like, obviously there's, like, 4K one, which is more expensive,
I
but
don't need 4K. My TV's
that's what I'm
4K.
saying. So, like, you might just
Yeah.
need to be at $25.
There we go. Perfect.
Amazon Fire TV, HD, free, and line TV. Access over 300,000 free movies and TV episodes.
Interesting.
That was actually a $20 one. $20 version. Yeah, I don't know why that's 20 and whatever. Buyer beware, baby. Caveat emptor.
What?
So One Piece.
One Piece.
Did it at least end between arcs, or did it just
Yeah,
end
well, yeah,
in the middle of a fight?
No, it ended.
Much like Dragon Ball Z back in the day.
It ended with and then it would just go back to the Saiyan saga.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. No, it ended at the beginning of a filler arc, right? And then
At the beginning of a filler arc. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Like, and then after those 3 or 4 episodes, there's like a major arc.
Is there any word on it coming to Hulu or no?
I'm gonna keep an eye on it for the next month and a half before I make any moves.
Right. Okay. I gotcha.
So then I'll decide what I'm gonna do.
Is it on Crunchyroll?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But the movies are on Netflix.
Oh, the One Piece
Yeah.
OVAs, the original video animations.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. How many OVAs are there?
I think there's 12. I think Netflix has 8. So
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, it's 1,000 episode thing. I mean, what? Dragon Ball Z had like 8.
I think Dragon Ball Z has more movies than it does episodes.
No, that can't be true.
Because
like there's at least I know. There's at least like 3 Dragon Ball OVAs.
Right.
Plus, I think they did one movie that like recapped the whole series.
Yeah.
And then there was The Tree of Might and World's Strongest, and what was the third one? Garlic Jr. one. I don't know. But yeah, those were fun. And those were the original dub, too, which you would see those and you'd be like, ah! See, I have nostalgia for that. We were talking about this like yesterday, where it was like, I have nostalgia for these old dubs.
Right, yeah.
Because that's what I grew up on. You know? And that's why I think it'd be very funny for you to see the 4 kids dub of One Piece. I'm going to have to throw an episode on if you're not sleepy. Just so you could be like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, because I don't think those... Yeah, because
god awful it has to be. I have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah, because those aren't on Hulu. It's
I can't
Toei
imagine
animation.
Right. It's the dub they want out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't want any sort of we don't talk about that.
Right, of course.
Here you go. I mean, it's got a dope fucking theme song because it had to be.
I'm curious
which Fox.
I'm curious which one they used.
No, I have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
But I am positive they made up their own thing.
Well, yeah. Speaking of One Piece, though, they did more casting of season 2 live action.
Yes, they did.
Katie Sagal is going to be in it. She's going to be playing Dr. Karaya, who's actually a major part for one of the characters, Chopper.
I've seen the character she is going to play, and I have seen that character before, which means that I'm like, oh, that must be an important character.
Yeah, which people thought...
I have no connection to One Piece.
Which people thought it was, except for the live action.
Correct, yes, yes. The manga or the anime, the animation.
A lot of people thought it was going to be Jamie Lee Curtis. Because she is a fan of the show.
Okay.
And then...
I could interchange... I could say, like... If Jamie Lee Curtis wanted too much money, let's get Katie Sagal. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like those motherly types...
Yeah.
Not to say... I don't mean that in a demeaning way. I mean that she was Peg Bundy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis was... I think the first thing I saw her was in True Lies. And,
I mean, Katie Sagal was also Gemma Teller, like, from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm saying...
but yeah, no, I mean, Katie Sagal I've loved since I was a wee lad.
Sure.
I mean, first thing I ever saw Jamie Lee Curtis in was Halloween.
I think literally first thing I saw Katie Sagal in might have been... She was in 10 Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter.
Oh, with John Ritter?
With John Ritter, yes. I remember watching that.
You didn't watch Married with Children before that?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was if I was trying to be a air quotes good boy, and that show was just too raunchy for me. My parents wouldn't let me watch The Simpsons, like, growing up sometimes, until, like, you know, my older cousins would be around, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I had no interest in watching that, or, like, even, like, Beavis and Butthead, you know? Like, I'm like, eh. But I remember watching that.
Man. Like, the new one?
I remember watching that, you know, young Kelly Hugo. But John Ritter was hilarious.
Yes.
And I remember that was a big loss to the...
died on 9/11?
He died on 9/11? A 9/11? Or the 9/11? Looking it up.
I'm trying to remember. It might have been a year after.
I think they tried to replace him with something
like David Spade,
like a Spade or something like
that.
No,
David Spade was in it, and then like they brought the.
They tried to like recoup like that buzz, like we have Star Caliber, and it's like it's not John Ritter though. Stop.
Yeah, and then they brought like her father in, like Katie Sagal's father,
like real life father.
No, like
September 11th, 2003. Wow,
so
you're
like
not
2
wrong.
years after, yeah.
And he was born September 17th, 48. Wow, like right around his birthday.
Wild.
Christ.
But yeah, no, David Spade they tried to bring in. Never realized until probably about 4 years ago that the girl who plays Penny in Big Bang Theory was was essentially like she played the oldest daughter.
Yeah, Kelly Kuko.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I first saw her.
And fun fact, I also learned that show Young Sheldon, where I've never wanted to beat a child
Right.
as much as I want to beat that actor who plays
8 Simple
Sheldon.
Rules. Sorry.
Yeah. It was based off a book by Dave Barry. The woman who plays Sheldon's mother is actually the daughter of who plays Sheldon's mother in Big Bang Theory, Laurie Metcalf.
One more time?
So the mother...
The mother who plays...
The actress who plays Sheldon's mother in Young Sheldon...
Okay.
...is the daughter of who plays Sheldon's mother...
In real life daughter.
Yes,
Okay.
real life daughter. Laurie Metcalf from Roseanne.
Yes.
Which you probably never watched.
Bits and pieces, but
Okay.
yeah, that was my mom's. My mom liked that show.
I mean, you know who Laurie Metcalf is.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do.
But I
hate to
her,
say it. Once you said Roseanne, then I was like, face the name, got it.
Yeah, that's her real life daughter. I was like,
Okay.
oh wow, that's because like you look at her mannerisms and you're like, wow, she really does act like Laurie Metcalf from Big Bang Theory. The sure as shit.
But what does she have to do with the?
I don't remember what we're talking about.
Big Bang Theory. Laurie Metcalf. Does she have anything to do with it?
I just said she played Sheldon's mother in Big Bang Theory.
Okay, I get it now. I'm sorry. I needed to...
I know, I kind of went backwards.
I also had like 4 shots in a fucking row.
Huh?
I had 4 shots in a row.
Alright, well, no one told you to.
Didn't they?
I don't hear the nation telling you to do it.
The nation is rooting us on. We are 8 years into this podcast journey. We need to...
Journey.
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 Sometimes you need to play around with the
I'm so
emphasis.
Jordy right now.
So Jordy.
I'm so Jordy.
Yuck. Wow.
Oh, fuck. I cracked myself up.
But yeah, Kelly Kuko. She's a delight.
And then today actually, before I came by, you were kind enough and gifted me Uncanny X-Men #1.
Oh, she was born the same year as me. Thank God. Oh, thank God.
Isn't that the best?
That is a relief because now I'm thinking about. I mean, I wasn't. When was 8 Simple Rules? When that came out in 2002. So I was still a minor. I guess that's okay. No, you weren't. That's a callback to before we recorded.
Oh my God, that shit was so fucking funny.
Alright, so yeah, I'm actually older than her, which is fine. But not by much. So it's a few months. Relax. Me.
Yeah, seriously. Uncanny X-Men, really fucking good. Very well written.
X-Men numero uno.
It's written by Gail Simone.
Okay.
The art is great.
I
actually think the art is better than the X-Men comic.
All right. Well, you don't need to disparage another thing. You can appreciate one without pushing the other down.
This is my opinion.
It might be your opinion. I just think you should word it differently. Gail Simone, that name I know.
What else did she do?
Yes. She has written things, right? Like this is a return. I feel like her name
she might have
has been in.
She might have done Birds of Prey. She might have done Batgirl. I think she was a DC person for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I've heard that name before, which again, like we mentioned, an hour ago, was like if I've heard it, it's probably like, oh, that has some fame.
Yeah,
because I have no concept.
She wrote Birds of Prey, Batgirl,
Tommy,
Red Sonja,
fucking pull, brother. He's good, man. He's good. Tommy knows his shit.
Yeah, no,
So she's got her chops.
Yeah, it's
excellent.
It's really good.
So they're really putting all their not their eggs. They're trying to get the right foot forward post Krakoa and go into this new direction. And you're digging Uncanny X-Men #1.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. No, it's I really dug it, and
Awesome.
The fact that it's like the the fact that it's a I like the team. The team is small.
It's only like 5 of them, and they're all well known, right?
Yeah, it's essentially like X-Men '97,
right?
Almost like an X.
It's almost like they planned to do some sort of synergy. Get out of town.
But then it ends where like a bunch of young mutants like come to them. Huh?
Young muties.
That's
I knew you weren't going to let me go with that.
That's a disgusting word.
It's a slur.
Apologize, you fuck.
Listen, I'm just a scared man in a scared world, and
don't have to use
my
racial
whole
slurs.
Political identity is based off of what I have heard on television. So
you
I
don't need to use racial slurs.
You know what? You're right. I don't need to use racial slurs.
You don't need to call them.
I don't need to push others down to make myself feel better.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't.
You do me.
Like you do for others. That's the bully cycle. So if I'm the start of your bully cycle time, I apologize.
Any fucking way.
Wow.
Dropped the C-bomb.
I did,
yeah. Yeah, so far, like, you've only seen Rogue, Gambit, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler.
Okay, I don't know why I lost my voice there. Yep.
Going through the change.
It almost bamfed out of my voice box.
Barg.
Oh, that's a new one.
Barg.
That's a new variant. That's what the DDP would give a new diamond cutter. That's a new variation of the diamond cutter. It's a new variation of the Baru.
Yeah. X-Men's good. Like that's that's the Cyclops, Beast, Magneto group.
So it's Uncanny X-Men, and they have other books out there.
Yeah.
But those are the two. I'm going to use air quotes X-Men books because
obviously
there's more mutants. There's NYX. There's Phoenix. There's Storm. There's this. There's that. You know,
Rogue and Cyclops have like open communication with each other. It's not like they're like because like this is all after like the fall of Krakoa.
Yes. I'm sorry.
It starts off with like pretty much the government wants to use the mansion in Westchester as a prison for mutants that they capture.
That's a fucking slap in the face.
And
you know what's
Professor
never
X
good?
Professor X is the first prisoner.
Oh, I feel like that's a spoiler, but whatever.
It's been out for 2 weeks. They're up to number 3.
2 weeks too bad. Yeah, you're right.
So 3 weeks too bad.
Real quick, the whole 2 different teams thing. That was like the 90s, right? Like when they launched X-Men, and they had the blue or gold team, whichever one it was.
Blue was X-Men.
And Uncanny
was gold.
They followed that, and then they had like they would talk, right?
Right. Yeah.
Awesome.
They would show up in each other's books, and
because it's part of a bigger tale, you know.
Like Cyclops' team is based in Alaska.
Okay.
Cyclops, Alaska.
Naturally, a lot of mutant hating things going. I mean, that's a real racist. Actually, part of the country.
But also Cyclops was raised in Alaska as well.
Cyclops got a lot of issues, bro. Cyclops needs a fucking therapist. Cyclops
so like
banged a lot of telepaths.
Yeah,
and they were just like, okay, cool. That's your damage right there.
So at the end, of issue number 1, Beast is like, well, what do we do about the problem hanging over the town?
Okay.
He's like, and Cyclops is like, leave it.
Okay.
And the problem hanging over the town is a giant sentinel that they stopped. And the sentinel's just like frozen over the town. And Beast is like, why do you want to leave it there? He's like, I want them to remember who saved them from that. And I was like, that's kind of a baller move.
I like ballsy Cyclops.
Yeah.
I've always liked ballsy Cyclops. Reading AVX was ballsy Cyclops.
Yeah.
The Hux and Pox was a ballsy Cyclops.
Yeah.
Like, I like a ballsy Cyclops. Like, because he is the Boy Scout.
Yeah.
And yes, you're right. You'd be like, ooh, teacher, you didn't give us homework. But also in the same sense, like, he's going to be the hall monitor. He's going to rat you out.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, well...
Yeah, like
this is where we're at, brother.
In that book, Magneto's in a wheelchair for some reason.
Because they need...
Well, I think he got... Well, he's still recovering from when he got his heart ripped out.
Physically or emotionally?
He
Yes.
physically got his heart ripped out, and the reason he was able to stay alive is because he made a magnetic heart, and he just kept it flowing. Yeah, fucking cool, Magneto's a fucking beast. And every time they come,
no, he's that's Beast.
Hank McCoy.
Yep.
And every time they come back from a mission, like, because Kid Omega is on Cyclops' team as well, and Magneto goes like this, he didn't die yet. He didn't die on a mission yet.
He's a prick.
Kid Omega, yeah, he's a total prick. But in the current issue of X-Men, Cyclops is having a conversation with, like, the mayor of the town or something. Okay. And the mayor's like, "You gonna do anything about this?"
Can we stop?
And he started, like, and like, you know, the mayor started spouting the human rhetoric against mutants.
Right.
And Cyclops is like, "I have the Master of Magnetism, a Master Assassin, because Psylocke is on it." So Psylocke's in. Psylocke,
I saw Tom getting the gear.
Psylocke is in two separate separate bodies now.
Right.
So you have the Asian assassin.
Yeah.
Quanon.
Yeah.
And then you have Betsy Braddock.
That's how it was prior
exactly.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what happened to Betsy Braddock when her brain went into the Asian assassin body?
So you mean what happened to Betsy Braddock's body?
Or did they do a swap?
They did a swap, and then Betsy Braddock's body got infected with the legacy virus.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and then, of course, no one stays dead in comics forever.
Yeah, that's actually true.
So, like, and Cyclops just looks at the mayor, and he's just like, "Let my group be your X-Men. Mm-hmm. Don't make them my Brotherhood." And I'm like, Jesus!
Whoa, one more time? Who said this?
Cyclops said this to the mayor. He's like, "Let them be your X-Men.
Okay.
Don't make them out to be my Brotherhood." And I'm like, Cyclops!
Like, we'll work with you, but if you...
Take a fucking chill.
I mean, no,
again,
I don't think
he's not wrong.
I don't think that's a way that, like, we'll overstep. But, like, listen, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants was... don't get me wrong. In the 60s and 70s, they were the bad guys.
Yeah.
However, they were still, fighting for their rights. Not necessarily to party, but to live their life normally without any sort of social and racial repercussions.
Yes.
Special repercussions.
But yeah, I was just like, "Ooh, boy, okay." And, like, you have Jean, she's up in space. Jean's working with Corsair.
And here's when you say, is he gonna fuck Corsair?
I didn't say that.
You were gonna.
Oh, well, I mean...
You were setting it up. You were setting the tee up.
She has a type. Summer's dick.
Alright, well, how many summers has she fucked? One?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
She had the opportunity. I'm sure she would have tried for her.
No, I see, you...
See, and that's the other thing.
Jean Grey, and I think a lot of that is your love of Wolverine.
Probably,
and maybe your... I don't even think you don't like Cyclops that much, so even...
Cyclops is... Like you said...
Yeah.
About Cyclops, that's my issue with... That was always my issue with Cyclops.
What, he was a goody two-shoes?
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
and he was also anti-Wolverine. Yeah. Or Wolverine was really anti-Cyclops.
Well, yeah. But... And then,
yeah, you see, ironically, not ironically, but you see Wolverine better with Storm, and you see Psyche better with Emma.
Yeah.
Just because.
And they need to
stop. Jean Grey.
And they need to stop this fucking Havoc being hooked on Madeline Pryor and just put him back with Polaris.
I think people. I think every time someone gets their hands on writing a Alex Summer story or whatever, or a Madeline Pryor story, they gotta be like, "Oh yeah, this is interesting that the younger brother, younger, right? Alex is younger than Scott, right? Just double checking.
Technically, he's the middle child because of both.
Oh, fair, true. Between the two of them, though, he's younger than Scott, so he's got to be like, "Oh, I'm in love with the clone of my sister-in-law."
Yeah.
Like, that's weird, and clearly, like, you're really trying to be Scott. But you're right. It is wrote, and it's happened in Inferno and every story dealing with Magellan Prior, subsequent Mutant X. And does he show up in Dark Web? I don't remember. I don't think so.
Well, she had him like chained up in hell for a while. So, but
honestly,
like,
I think he did show up in Dark Web because it was like,
didn't he
here I am, and he's showing up in the fucking tattered costume
in the Goblin.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like the
That
Goblin,
was a silly story.
the Goblin Prince.
Yeah, or whatever.
I because with this new era, they still doing multiple books.
Yeah.
You have X
Which
Factor.
you're not a fan of, but it is what it is.
I can't afford.
So, real quick, cut to the chase. Are you? Is this because you read issue 1? Is this going to get you into picking it up, or you're now interested enough to wait? For
I'll get
trades?
I'll get the trades.
I understand. That's how I am with Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, and you know what? The trades are just so much easier because it's like less space.
100%.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. I have everything I want to.
Yeah.
I want. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like waiting for a season of something to be completely done.
Yeah.
And now you're like,
You can
okay,
watch
cool.
it as you want to watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Like I can't. I've never been. Okay.
I used to do weekly.
Yes, when I used to do weekly or monthly, however it was really just to collect. That was it.
Yeah.
I was never like, oh, I gotta read the story. Like, I don't think I ever read... actually, did I? Tail End of the Clone Saga, I think I remember picking up when it came out on newsstands.
I think the last one we did weekly was... What? Not Grim Hunt. Craven's Last Hunt?
Are you high? Craven Let's Hunt? The John DeMatteis
No.
from...
No, the one where it was like they brought Craven back.
No, I saved that. I saved that for a trade.
And there was like, in the whole Central Park, they were...
I saved that for a trade. I didn't buy that. No, I have the trade upstairs. It's
maybe I did though. Maybe I did it
it's not
weekly.
Grim Hunt. Because no, Grim Hunt. Then they
Grim
reused,
Hunt was leading,
Grim Hunt. They reused
it.
for the. It was part of the Dan Slott story, but the one you're talking about were the Craven clones. No, I didn't pick that up weekly or monthly. I waited till the trade.
Okay,
came
so
out.
I think I did it.
Who the fuck was that? Zeb Wells writing now. Who was writing before him? Spencer. That's who it was.
Yeah, because I did that
Or vice
digitally.
versa, whatever. Oh, okay. So, yeah, because I mean, you're thinking like, oh, Craven's back. He's hunting the Spider-Man villains that are animals. That's neat.
Yeah.
It kind of wasn't, but what are you gonna do? It's just Spider-Man. There's a thing. I know how you feel about. I know you have felt a certain way about Comic Pop. That's the YouTube channel. But
oh, is that the 2 dudes on the casting couch?
3 dudes. Hey, 3 dudes. And a lady. But
It's just that one guy that bugs me.
the main guy?
The fat dude.
Yes, the main guy.
Yeah. I hate my own people.
Listen, as do I. I hate fucking gamers with opinions. But a lot of it was talking about how like you can't have like a revolutionary Spider-Man run because like if you don't want to. It makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Putting out a Spider-Man book makes money. Do you want to put out a Spider-Man book that is safe, or put out a Spider-Man book that's like, ooh, how edgy, like that you might lose sales? No, you want to put out just fucking Spider-Man book. Plus, and he was maybe tinfoil hat was because Sony has their little grippers in the Spider-Man franchise.
Right.
Any interesting thing you do with Spider-Man that's like, whoa, check out this great arc, they'll be like, ooh, cool. I don't want to say it's like a... I made this.
Yeah.
I don't want to refer to it like when they, killed off the X-Men, basically, but, like, maybe it's a little less than that, because, like, I'm still making money, so, like, just go ahead and write.
Yeah.
JR, just fucking phoned it in, brother. Like, whatever, who cares? Your dad was great, you were okay.
Yeah.
And you're lousy now.
Yeah, you were great now.
And a lot of it is, and they did mention, like, a lot of the more interesting things they do is with the supporting cast, like with Miles, or with even J. Jonah Jameson, having, like, you didn't read Ultimate Spider-Man yet, right? I didn't give that to you? The new one?
I've read a good...
The new one.
No.
The John Hickman one. Jonathan Hickman. They do interesting stuff with the supporting cast, is what I'm just trying to say.
I mean, I've been kind of keeping up, so...
So you know that such and such is alive in this universe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And married to such and such, right? Was she married to Norman?
Wait, who? Oh, Gwen?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. But I kind of assumed as such. I'm talking about Uncle Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about Gwen.
No.
Oh.
I was talking about Ben.
Yeah, and aren't Uncle Ben and Norman like best friends or some shit?
Him and Jameson are.
Oh, I thought it was him and Norman.
Yeah, no, like Ben is like the Robbie Robertson.
Oh,
of
okay,
this
cool.
universe.
I can't wait till we get that issue of.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I can't wait to get that collected.
Of Jameson, Ben, and May, and Jameson's wife swinging.
Oh god, trouble.
Can't wait.
Well, that was an odd part of like.
There's a pineapple on the Parker's coffee table.
I made a comment to that right when I watched Madam Web, because you're dealing with, and I don't even remember. Do they confirm that they do say Ben and May, or Ben and Mary, I should say?
Yeah.
But they never say like Parker. They never say that, right? Like you're just supposed to be like, oh, that's Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
But like, since Aunt May wasn't there, and Richard Parker weren't there, I made the comment that they were fucking off screen. Like they have a weird fucking 4-way tryst of, because who Ben and were Ben and
May were married.
Ben and Richard. Thank you. Ben and Richard were brothers, right? Or were May and Mary sisters? Were they both the Rileys or the Parker?
No way to know.
No way to know.
No way to
fucking know. I don't know if I mentioned the Spider-Man Beyond arc, which was I think done by Nick Spencer.
Like Batman Beyond?
No, not Batman Beyond. It deals a lot with Ben Reilly, which you do not like.
Do horrible things happen to?
Oh fuck yes.
Then yeah.
I have always been interested. I grew up with the Clone Saga, and I think you have a lot of mileage to write a character that thinks they are another character that needs their identity. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Ben was looking for that in the new Clone Saga for the longest time, until Peter was like, you know what, my dude, I'm gonna have a family. I don't have any powers anymore. You be Spider-Man. And it was almost like it was an approval, you know what I mean? And then everybody hated it, and he died. And then he returned. Yes, Tommy? Breaking news!
So, Aunt May's last name was Riley.
Yes. Hence Ben
Richard
Riley.
was Ben's younger brother.
Okay, so Richard and Ben were brothers.
Yeah.
Mary is just Mary. And May is just May.
Yeah. And,
gotcha.
Yeah, Mary is just Emma Roberts.
Okay.
And it's just weird seeing that Aunt May's last name is also Jameson.
Oh, that did happen, yes.
Yeah.
Aunt May. Fucking around. But it's interesting, and I think the later seasons of Clone Wars deal with that.
Yeah,
with
she
like
got younger. She got younger and more spry after she ruined Peter and MJ's marriage, because she couldn't just die. Anyway, continue.
Aunt May can't fucking die.
Aunt May needs to die.
Yes.
MCU proved that.
Yes, they did. But the later seasons of Clone Wars did that, where like, what do the clones do after the war? You know, like, what is their identity? You know what I mean? Like, who are they?
They should just go away.
Right, but they're human. They're beings. They're sentient creatures.
They're gonna die.
Well, yes, we know that, Tom. But like the drama is figuring out what happens between that. You know what I mean?
One good clone.
Whom?
Kane.
I'm talking about Star Wars. You're talking about Spider-Man?
I thought we were still talking about Spider-Man.
I just said, like, Star Wars. Like,
I didn't hear Star Wars. I was doing research!
That's fair. No, I think the concept of a clone is interesting, because if you impart that being with the memories, experiences of the life that it is cloned from, and it snaps into existence, it thinks that it is the real deal. And then once it interacts with the real deal, what happens? You know what I mean? Like, you get like that crisis, you get like that identity shift. You get like, what the fuck? Who am I? I'm a fake person. You know what I mean? And I think that was a lot of what Ben Reilly dealt with in, it was called like the Lost Years, which led up to the new Clone Saga. Because then they were just like, I just want to write another Peter Parker, blah blah blah, you know. And then they did that.
You had the perfect one, as I said, Kane Parker.
No.
Yes.
No. Kane was so damaged he needed to exist as the wild card in the new Clone Saga.
Still the better clone.
Why do you say that? Because he's not Ben Reilly?
Yes.
Okay.
But he actually, and I could be wrong, so feel free to correct me, he wanted his own life. He wanted nothing to do. And then Ben Reilly's just like, nope, I need Peter's life.
Well, no, so I think with Kane being the first Peter clone, and he was defective originally, like, for the better part of his creation.
Much like
he was told
clones.
that.
Uh-huh.
Practice babies, we call them.
Exactly.
Yes. He knew his place in life.
Perfect mold.
He knew his place in life.
Yeah.
You know, he knew he was like, wow, I'm a fuck up. I will never be as good as the next one. So a lot of older brother, younger brother issues you get. See, I don't know why you wouldn't like Ben Reilly so much. If no, still like no.
No, because Kane wanted his own life.
Kane wanted to fuck up Ben Reilly, though.
Good.
Oh, well, you only know that because he wants to fuck up Peter Parker. He didn't want to fuck up Peter Parker. He just wanted to experience a taste of
how many times did Kane try to fuck with Peter Parker's life?
Directly?
Yes.
Minimal.
How many times did Ben Reilly try to fuck with Peter Parker's life?
Directly, maybe 3 or 4 times.
In big ways,
indirectly,
though.
both of them indirectly ruin him. Kane's the guy that kills a whole bunch of people, that puts Peter Parker on trial because they share the same DNA. But then Ben's the one that goes into fucking jail, or vice versa.
He should have stayed.
Well, because he has great power. He has great responsibility with great power, so he needs to go do that.
He's an idiot.
Tom, the whole Clone Saga is messy.
It really is.
But I'm just trying to say that there is an interesting dynamic.
And that's coming from an X-Men fan.
Yeah, that's very true, yeah.
You want to talk messy clone shit?
Send out the clones.
That fucking Mr. Sinister, and Dark Beast. Yeah, that shit is just bonkers.
Very true. But I think it's the whole Beyond portion is almost rehashing. You have a good Ben that wants to do good, that is being manipulated by an entity. In this case, it's not the Jackal or Norman Osborn. It's the Beyond Corporation, which bought up all of the rights for Spider-Man that Otto Octavius, Superior Spider-Man, created with Parker Industries. So, like, Spider-Man is a brand, like, so basically they created their own Spider-Man. Dope suit. This is like that Spider-Man, the spider with the spider kind of like over on the side of the chest.
Yeah.
I think the web shooters are internal, so I think you might like it.
Does he have stupid little
pockets,
pouches anywhere?
I don't think so. He's looking it up. I think it's almost like the Sensational and the Superior Spider-Man suit.
I'll be the judge.
Hey, Marvel Spider-Man 2? Put some good suits in that game. How about?
Seriously.
You garbage, bro. But it deals with that, and then it deals with a lot of, like, you know how I feel about corporate overlords, Tom, how they manipulate everybody. So if I can hear, and then also Peter, training with Captain America and Black Cat to kind of like regain his position back. And then
that's a good suit.
It is, right?
I still like the Superior suit.
Superior is good too. Superior. What about Sensational? Do you like Sensational? No, the web shooters. Never mind. Do you hate the outside web shooters more, or the web pits? You can only pick one.
Outside web shooters.
Okay.
Because that now gives your enemies a target.
Okay. I get it.
The wing pits.
You know what would give a target? Their fucking head. How about that? Just shoot them in the head. Or whatever. Just
But
cut
you
their
know
head
what
off.
I mean? It's just
I know
like,
what you mean. I know what you mean. I shoot webs from these. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's like, oh... Electro's like, oh, I hear... I can
Electro,
hear...
not Electro. Sorry.
I said Electro.
No, but that heard different.
Oh.
The echo.
Fucker. Electro, like... It's like, oh, why do I feel some electricity coming? Oh, that coming from those things that I see on your wrist? Oh, now you're dead.
If Electro did not
he's
realize...
a fucking goon.
Electro's a goon, yes.
He's a
Maybe
goon.
Doc Ock. Doc Ock will probably be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Electro
Also, like...
hit those.
Why don't I just break your wrists? How about that?
See, I wonder, though, if Ultimate Spider-Man, old school Ultimate Spider-Man, got his wrist broken, would they still work?
No, old school Ultimate Spider-Man had web shooters. Ultimate Spider-Man did not have organic.
Because that's why they made Tobey Maguire have organic.
No, that was the other. That was the 616 other. I don't think it was Ultimate. I don't think.
Looking it up.
Okay. But actually, I guess really just sticking on that Spider-Man train real quick, because that's our boy. 8 years running, plus. Rewatching Spider-Man, the animated series. I watched I'm still in season 1. I'm just dragging my feet, because I always forget. I'm like, oh yeah, right, I have these downloaded. Alien Costume Saga. It's this show. I remember trying to rewatch it again and being like, "Oh, they're reusing animation." Blah 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 blah. It's really good. Like,
yeah, no, he did use web shooters.
He did use web shooters. Because I remember the
that.
scene, but also that could have been just a Bagley redesign of Amazing Fantasy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying. But I couldn't be too sure.
I legit just got Magellan Factor.
Magellan Factor?
Yeah, like
what does that mean?
Like I thought he had organic webs.
Okay. Magellan Factor?
Yeah, shut up. That's what I call it.
Can you walk me through that? Why you call it that or no?
The way you think something is something.
Like Mandela effect?
Thank you.
Magellan. That's hilarious. I don't think we're topping that right there. Animated series is good. I'll talk about it next time. We're getting late. It's getting late. It's almost September 2nd. The Magellan Factor. That's really good.
Oh my God!
We're gonna end it there.
Fucking tears.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
We're entering year 8.
Maybe.
This is where I usually put the outro, but the outro is in the beginning. The beginning is the end, as William Corgan says. And
I thought he said,
the end is
despite
the
all
beginning.
his rage, he's still a rat in the cage.
He did say that as well.
Yeah. I thought he also said the world.
He also, I knew you.
World was a vampire.
That's it, Nation. Thanks for joining us on the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. Bye.
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.